In this video, I'm going to be asking the question, which lens is best for landscape photography? A wide-angle lens or a telephoto lens? I will show a recent scene taken at Castlerigg Stone Circle in the Lake District, in which I've utilised both lenses, the wide-angle and the telephoto. So which is best?
So this morning I'm at Castlerigg Stone Circle and I've come up here early morning for the sunrise. When I first got here, the sun hadn't actually come up. Down in the valley, down there, the light was absolutely beautiful, but there was a lovely mist that was hanging round down in the bottom of the valley, and it was catching all the trees there. And I used both the 12 to 40 mil to get the wide angle shot there of the actual fence leading down into the valley and the stone sort of wall. But also what I did was to photograph sort of with the longer lens to actually get all the mist that was hanging around the trees in the bottom of the valley. And it looked absolutely fantastic. Although the stone circle's behind me, this is the view that I'm getting looking down into the valley. And I'm using this stone wall and fence post as a lead-in line. The light's gone from down in the valley at the moment, the mist anyway, but earlier on it was absolutely fantastic, and I took quite a lot of pictures, both with a long lens and also with the 12 to 40 mil. So some shots I was doing where I was actually getting the fence and the stone wall in as foreground interests, and other times using the longer lens and just sort of, you know, concentrating on the mist that was hanging around in the bottom of the valley. The light didn't hang out, or the mist didn't hang around for long. It wasn't that long, 10 minutes more and it was gone virtually. Normally you come to Castlerigg, which is obviously near Keswick up in the Lake District, and there's usually loads of photographers crawling all over the place, but there was actually only 2 other photographers there this morning, so we had more or less the place to ourselves, and that was really good. So although we've got some really strong clouds now, and also earlier on I was still using a soft edge grag on the sky just to sort of get a little bit of detail in the sky. And the conditions this morning have been absolutely beautiful, and it is forecast for good light all day long, so we'll see how we go. But certainly at the moment there's some quite good light down there. So I'm going to take a few more pictures before I pack up, but also there's actually some light now starting to catch some of the mountains there. So I'll take a few more pictures and then I'm going to go on to another location. But this morning it's been absolutely fantastic, and hopefully I'll get some good shots. Been to Castlerigg actually twice before, but I've never been here when the lighting conditions has been as good as this is now. So it's been a good morning photography.
So looking at both pictures side by side for comparison, which is the best? The wide angle or the telephoto? To be honest, although both very different, they both work well, so really it will be down to personal preference. I've put both images on Facebook landscape photography groups, and the general feeling was that the Mr. Telephoto image is the best. Or is it? So what I'm really trying to get across here is that neither is right or wrong. You need to take both lenses with you for landscape photography. Until you get to the location and see what the lighting, conditions and location is like, it's impossible to know which lens will work best. I have to admit that when travelling to a location, it's always the wide angle lens that is initially attached to the camera. On arrival, I'm usually looking for a wide angle shot, so I'm often looking for something to use as foreground interest to lead into the picture. Once I'm happy that I have the wide angle shot in the bag, I then start to investigate the landscape to see if there are elements that I can single out with a telephoto lens. This image is a good example. So to finish the video, I'm just going to show some of the other images taken at Castlerigg. This colour shot was as the sun came up, and this allowed the clouds to take on a lovely colour. Once the sunrise colour had gone, I prefer to think along the lines of black and white photography. I always find Castlerigg a difficult location. Do you try to get all of the stone circle in, as in this shot, or do you just go in closer to the stones for different compositions? Although I always shoot in colour at this location, I always feel that it's a location that, for me, works better in monochrome. So I'm going to finish up again showing the wide angle shot where you're looking down into the valley, and then telephoto shot where I've gone in tight on the trees covered in the mist. Which one do you prefer? Leave your choice in the comments section below. I hope you enjoyed this short video. Thanks for watching.